been so close to death so many times, that, or at least the potential of death, that I know that I fully depend upon His care and guidance. I know that He has plans for me. I'm not sure what they are at this point in my life, but I am ready for whatever He has in store for me. And I don't have any regrets from the life I've lived, except that maybe I could have done better. Maybe I could have loved people more. Maybe I could have expressed that more. My dad was a salesman, and so his schedule was irregular. Some days he could take me to school or not. One day, he showed up at school, and I don't know why it was underneath the table with this female student, but he says, "What's happening here?" But that I remember, we had to have a discussion at home about that afterward. Nothing happening, it was just underneath the table, you know. Well, at least that's what I remember. We lived in a farming community. The parents were very supportive of everything that children did, and I was the oldest of 5 kids. And we learned to, one, take care of ourselves and take care of each other. And that gave me the confidence of being able to handle whatever came. I was always in Sunday school or church. I suppose whether I wanted to be there or not, but that's where we were. That's the way the family operated. I was in the lawn mowing business, and I would build a trailer that I could pull behind my bicycle with my lawnmower on it, and I would go down to the neighbor who wanted me to mow his yard. It might have been a couple miles away, but it didn't matter. It's where the work was. And so I learned how to deal with people and how to work hard and earn money. And then I learned how to save that money and use it. I knew that if I wanted something, that the best way to do it was either work hard and save up for it so you can purchase it outright, or somehow work for it some way to obtain what you wanted to get. And that has paid off the whole time. And that, if anything, that's what I'd like to pass on to the youngsters. Be honest. Work hard. Believe in the Lord. And He'll protect you, as He has my whole life. You have, and if you don't have money as a family, and you would like all these things, you have a tendency to go around and collect. Collect them, and not necessarily pay for them. So I helped myself to a few boards of it at night. I didn't want my parents to know about it, so I hid it up in the barn in the hay mow till I needed it. I knew where the wire was, and I got on my bicycle one day and helped myself to a roll of wire, and I regretted that ever since, and I have never been able to apologize and pay back either the lumber yard or the hardware store. That bothers me a lot. And so I guess that's a lesson learned, that if you do something improperly, that you're going to pay for it one way or another. Our family was very closely knit. With the 5 kids, the parents saw that we had everything we needed when we needed it, and learned how to work with each other. And in the process, it meant times where we fought with each other. And we were corrected, disciplined, if you will. But I never forgot the fact that it was in love, and that I had always loved my brother and my sisters. And unfortunately, don't spend as much time with my middle sister, Kathy, who lives in Oklahoma. And I lost my oldest sister a few years ago, unexpectedly. But I want to say to them and their families how much I appreciate the time that we spend together when we do finally get together. Karen became my sweetheart the last basically semester and a half that I was in agriculture school at Ohio University. I said, well, what do you want to do? You want to wait to get married? And she says, no, we're going to get married right now. I gave her a week to get the plans all together, and she did a wonderful job of getting the whole ceremony and everything together. We got married, we got into our little car, and we drove to California. Actually, she was very patient, especially with me. It didn't mean that we didn't have some discussions, but yeah, she was patient with me. And what I liked about her was that together we got along quite well. We learned to do square dancing together. We learned to do ballroom dancing together. And when we were out socializing and the music would play, we would ask for a waltz or a polka. So, yeah, we enjoyed that a lot. But we had good times together. We traveled together. We cruised. Some of our best times were on the cruise, on the open water. And fortunately, we did cruise with the family, the whole family, a few months before she died. I came out of Vietnam with the feeling that I couldn't take life of anything anymore. Certainly a life of a person. I couldn't even take the life of an animal. Traumatic for me, just the mental set that I had as I came out of Vietnam. That was a long period of time between when I was in flight school and when we actually had the children. Brian was intelligent and he was hardworking. He ended up working for the Department of Transportation, state of New York. And that meant out of touch a lot. And he died unexpectedly because of a massive heart attack. So talking about Sue, I really enjoy being with Sue. And we had some really fun travel experiences together. And I'm so proud of her and the way that she has handled herself and the difficulties she's been through. She's doing very well in what she's doing, and she and I support each other quite well. And you know, as many grandchildren as I have, it's really hard to keep up with all of them. Even if I was close, I'm not sure that I would be able to express my concern for each one of them as much as I feel for them. And So I apologize if you feel offended because I have not treated you as close as you would like to have been treated. And so I encourage you to think in terms of working hard with whatever you're working on and getting the most out of it, to enjoy as much of it as you can for whatever you're doing. I wish you the best. I've been blessed with being able to have a good life. I've been able to earn enough money to get the things that I want to have, to do with what I want to do. And that means that I have a lot of things because I don't also know how to get rid of things. So there's a lot of things that Sue would have to get rid of once I'm gone. And that's my concern for Sue. Because I think I'm ready. I'm ready to meet my Lord. I'm ready to meet Karen and Brian. I look forward to that. There's too many times during the day and month that I'm not sure what's going to happen next. But it turns out to be that every time that I have relied on myself, that it didn't go as well as the time that I relied on what God was trying to tell me and get me to do. I'm Dave Bellan, and I'm leaving a legacy.